What's going on? This is your boy Sermon at Sermon's Domain on Twitter. March is behind us, and now we're heading into April, and with that comes my most anticipated albums for the month of April 2017. We got some really good releases of this upcoming month. I want to make a quick note that 2 Chainz, Pretty Girls Love Trap Music, was supposed to come out on April 7th. The song would have made the list, but it recently got pushed back. Now, I heard a rumor that it's still going to come out in April, like towards the end, maybe on the 28th, but there's no confirmation about that, so I'm not going to include it on the list. Nonetheless, we still have 5 potentially great albums coming out in April, starting off with April 1st. Young Dolph, Bulletproof. Like, this is not a joke. Young Dolph is really releasing an album not only on April Fool's Day, but it's also a Saturday. It's a weird idea, but hey, Young Dolph can do what he wants. With Bulletproof, it's like his second project of 2017 so far. Like, this man is just working and working and working and just, he doesn't stop. About a month ago in Charlotte, North Carolina, Dolph's tour bus was shot up about 100 times. And luckily, it's Bulletproof, or the whole situation could have been way worse than it turned out. And so Dolph, pretty much after the fact, announced Bulletproof, you know, as a way to gloat. The thing that gets me the most is the track listing. Like, if you read the track listing out, you're going to get like a little story. Like, this is Dolph trying to tell the people that shot up his tour bus something. He says, and each pause that I take is going to be a new song. So track 1, it starts off 100 shots in Charlotte, but I'm bulletproof, so fuck 'em. That's how I feel. And that's the only guest feature on there. It features Gucci Mane. Just a little quick note. All of them. I'm so real. I pray for my enemies. I'm everything you want to be in SMH. So Young Dolph is giving you 10 songs, and it's just comedy reading out the track listing like that. As far as the music though, I'm expecting like the usual Dolph. He's going to brag, he's going to boast, he's going to talk about money, his cars, his watches, his bitches, like all the usual stuff that Young Dolph excels at is what I'm expecting out of Bulletproof. April 7th is going to be a huge day for hip hop, and there's 2 big releases on that day. So let's start off with Joey Badass's All-American Badass. This is his long-awaited sophomore album. With Joey, we've seen him slowly progress, and I think at this point he's one of the best like political rappers. You hear all the stuff that he's been doing, like the singles for All American Badass, and you see the song titles that I've discussed in the past. You see all of this, and you know that he's been building up to this moment where he's really just saying what's on his mind. He's trying to be that voice for this generation, and that is a really good transition for Joey. He's always kind of had that like outspoken nature, but I think more so than anything, All American Badass is going to really take that approach and solidify him. I think that's another thing that Joey Badass is going to do, and that's make sure that he's going to be around for a long time. This is shaping up to be a quality body of work. And then with features from, you know, J. Cole and Schoolboy Q and a few others here and there, it's really going to be an amazing album. And so I'm very much looking forward to hear everything that Joey has to say. And on that same day, we also get an album from Kendrick Lamar. This is currently untitled. And watch the title just like surface like tomorrow after I do this video or something. I don't know. But currently it's untitled, and the only thing that we know besides the release date is that there's a single called Humble on it. He also put out The Heart Part 4, but as far as I know, that's not making the final cut of the album. So with Kendrick Lamar, I really don't know what to expect. I feel like I've listened to the Humble single, and then I read his comments in the New York Times about this being an album centered around God a little bit, and how it's urgent. And I still don't know what to expect, but I am very excited. I think Kendrick is one of the few artists that really warrants listening, like really listening in depth. He creates music, albums that are conceptually deep. They're just deep, full of different gems. And I think that he's going to do the same on this album. Again, I don't think it's going to be as deep or as serious as To Pimp a Butterfly, perhaps, but I think there will be a lot to unravel with this album. The following week, we have a duo that is kind of unexpected. Talib Kweli and Styles P, they're doing an EP together titled The Seven. And that comes out on April 14th. I think this is a combination that's going to work really well. Talib Kweli and Styles P are two very dope lyricists. You can say whatever you want about Talib going off on Twitter all the time, but nonetheless, you can't take away the fact that he is a great MC. So putting these two together, I think, is going to warrant some really good results. And looking at the track listing, there's only 7 songs on here. It's not a lot. But you also have features from Jadakiss and Sheek Louch. Nico Is, who is a really good artist under Talib Kweli. You got Common, Little Vic, Rhapsody, and Chris Rivers. Like, not a lot of guest features. 3 out of the 7 songs have guest features, but everything else is going to be Talib Kweli and Styles P. And I'm wondering if they're kind of like measuring to see what the success level of this will be. Because if you think about it, some of the duos that we have in the past have kind of gauged the reaction of the public. They put out little songs here and there, and then they decided, oh, we're going to do like more. We're going to do a full-length album. And I think if The Seven turns out to be a great EP, I wouldn't mind seeing more from Talib Kweli and Styles P. I know they just finished up their tour a couple months ago, and so it's clear that they're kind of building a little bit more than just the music. So we'll see where it goes from there, but I'm looking forward to The Seven. The last album on my list is Mary J. Blige's Strength of a Woman. Mary J., I'm not going to lie to you guys, is someone that I've only listened to here and there. Little singles. I don't think I've ever heard a full album. I know somebody's going to go crazy like, what? So why would you put this album on your list, Sermon? Well, I looked at it like it caught my attention. She was unveiling the track listing yesterday on Twitter. And during that, it was like, okay, that's cool. And then you started seeing some of the guest features. Kanye West, you got Quavo, DJ Khaled, K Tronada. Like, all of these names are really cool. And then you look at like everything that Mary J's been through in the last couple years. Like the title, Strength of a Woman, it seems like this is going to be an album that kind of reflects on what she's been through. You know, the whole divorce and the sticky situation of her former husband trying to get all this money out of her. Very ridiculous, by the way. And so I think that Mary J is going to kind of channel those feelings into the music. And so that's how I got excited for the project. I haven't heard any of the singles. All I've seen is words. I've heard a little bit of the story here and there. And that's enough for me to want to check it out on April 28th. So those are the 5 releases that are coming out in April that really caught my attention. Young Dolph, Bulletproof on April 1st. Joey Badass, All American Badass on April 7th. Kendrick Lamar, Currently Untitled on April 7th. Talib Kweli and Styles P, The 7 EP, April 14th. Mary J. Blige, Strength of a Woman, April 28th. And hopefully 2 Chainz, Pretty Girls Like Trap Music on that day as well. So those are the albums. Let me know what you think about them in the comment section below. Is there any other albums that you're anticipating for the month of April that I didn't include in here? Talk to me, tell me why, and then like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Share the video. Follow me on Twitter at Sermon's Domain. And as always, thank you for your time. I appreciate you for watching. And until next time, peace.